there because I didn't kill that kid, and I shouldn't be under arrest for this.
Those kind of injuries, if Mike Tyson came up and punched one of us without gloves on.
This is 43-year-old Paul Carter, the man convicted of killing his girlfriend's disabled adult daughter.
This is not happening to me. I can't believe this is happening to me because I would never hurt those kids.
Why do you keep calling her that kid? She's got a name.
I know, Sam.
Yeah.
You
know how many times you called her that kid?
I know. It's just like that Tina's kid. It's not mine.
On January 17th, 2020, 20-year-old Samantha M. Roberts, who had cerebral palsy and was nonverbal, was found unresponsive in her Nekoosa, Wisconsin home. Carter was Samantha's mother's live-in boyfriend. He initially told police he was never alone with her and never touched her. He later admitted to hitting her but claimed it happened weeks earlier and had nothing to do with her death. He then changed his story again. Samantha's mother checked on her daughter before taking a bath. She was fine and smiling. When she returned, Carter told her he had checked on Samantha and she was fine. Shortly after, the mother found Samantha dead. Carter later told Samantha's mother he thought he might have killed her and wanted to confess.
I talked a little bit to Officer Berg because he was there that night. I mean, you remember, and he's a nice guy.
I know he is.
He is a real nice guy. And then talked to him today because he was at the autopsy today.
Yeah.
And we have some idea of what happened, and
Okay.
you know, things have kind of based on what the pathologist found, the fact that you said there was no head injuries or anything like that.
Oh, there was.
No, on a CT scan.
Oh, yeah, right.
There was nothing internal.
Right.
Because that's really what a CT scan does.
Okay.
I mean.
Yeah, she's got the report at the house. I mean, that's what she was telling me.
Yeah, and she told you that there was nothing, no internal. I mean, so if someone were to hit you, okay, you can have some external bruises. You can have
she had some swelling and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so you can have some stuff externally too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like, say like, you ever watch MMA fights?
Yeah, I used to all the time.
Okay, so those guys, you can see them getting cut. You can see maybe you ever take a look at the day after. You know.
Yeah, they're just puffy.
They're puffy and they may have a bruise and everything.
Right.
Okay, but sometimes what happens is it happens with football players. Often,
Okay.
you know, now that's why they have the new helmets.
Right.
Okay,
You can't crash into anybody.
yes,
Head on.
you can't do that. And sometimes there's internal injuries that you can't see externally.
Okay.
There's injuries between the skull and the outside, you know, where the skin is. Like,
Okay.
so here's your skull, here's your skin.
Right.
Sometimes there's also bruising in this area.
Okay.
Okay. And then when injuries there's other injuries, say like, it's not so much anymore because people, I mean, all the cars have airbags. You know, you got airbags. Oh, that's fine. There's a garbage can.
No, I don't want to throw up. I'm just,
Yeah.
this is hard for me to.
I totally understand, but I'm trying to let you understand where I'm going with
Okay.
this. So,
Okay, so what happened?
okay, so during the autopsy, there was massive subdermal damage.
So what is that? So the inside or
No,
what is that?
well, here, let me explain. That's like between the skin and the skull.
Okay.
There was, okay, so those injuries were caused by something. Okay.
What?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. Because the brain injuries, according to the doctor, were recent.
Okay. Okay.
It wouldn't have been from the 8th.
All right.
Okay, the doctor is certain of that. It wouldn't have been from the 8th.
So from that time, from then on, something happened to her?
Something happened probably within a day or two prior to you calling 911.
Okay.
Or that day. Okay. So that's what we're trying to figure
Okay.
out.
Like I
Because,
said, when she came home from school, she wasn't all there. She wasn't
Right.
like she was normal, like she did all that. She was
yeah,
just quiet.
so we're trying to figure that out.
Okay,
Okay, we can't quite, grasp how that happened. That's why we want to talk to people before things get forgotten,
sure.
okay?
Yeah, I
And
understand.
there's also on her neck,
Okay.
okay? Now, was the feeding tube was where?
It was in her
It was
belly.
in her belly, so
Yeah.
nothing up in her throat area
No,
at all. Okay,
she threw up a lot.
okay,
I know that.
yeah. So there was some what could be considered potentially bruises on the neck as well. So we're trying to figure out how those came about.
Okay. I know
Okay.
she had bruises down the side that were actually healing.
Yeah,
That when Tina showed me, she's like, Paul, look, and she put her hair back.
yeah, but that was over here.
Yeah, yeah.
So the area, it was in a location where you probably would have actually had to, from what I understand, you probably would have had to shave her hair to see if there's any bruises on the scalp.
Okay.
Okay, because
Okay.
it wasn't on the face.
Oh, all right.
You know,
'Cause she just showed me what was healing, you know.
Yeah, but that was healing. That was from
Then she.
the time she went to the
Yeah,
hospital.
the hospital.
Okay, so that's roughly 2 weeks. That was
Probably
10 days, a week and a half.
about that,
Because
yeah.
I think the hospital trip was September 8th.
Okay. That's
And
December.
January 8th.
Oh, January.
January 8th, and then we were talking about September. I had it on my mind.
Sorry.
It happens. And then you called 911 on the 17th.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out what happened
Okay.
and talking to people.
Because I would love to know.
They're there.
I
You
feel
know.
like if I would have got there quicker to her, like if we were sitting in the living room, I could have did something. I could have been there faster for her.
That's possible.
I mean,
Yeah. And I can't answer. I'm not a doctor. I don't know that.
this is why I'm stressing, because I feel like it's
Right.
my fault. I couldn't
So-
get to her faster.
So part of what we do is we ask hard questions as well.
Okay.
Okay, so we do ask those questions, and that's why I'm asking, who's in the house, and, how much time did you spend with them alone, or anything else like that?
I didn't spend any time with Sammy alone.
Okay.
Tina was always in the room with me.
Yeah.
Always in the room with me. With her.
Okay, and then were there times that you were gone and Tina was home by herself?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. What about Desi? She love her sister?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, no physical violence with Desi at all?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of, or you've never seen anything?
Never seen anything.
Okay. Does he ever tell you anything happened at school or on the bus?
Yes, yeah. That kid, you want to know any answers, she'll tell the truth.
Yeah.
They're saying that she rolls Sammy into a corner, leaves her there. For the most part, they ignore her, but they're mean to her.
How are they mean to her?
I don't know. You gotta talk to Des about that. I'm not at the school. I don't know.
Yeah, just.
I asked Desi, I'm like, what do they do to Sam at the school? Well, they wheel her in a corner, they push her in a corner really fast, they push her up the ramp really fast, so it's like, and I was pissed off at Tina. I'm like, what are they doing over there? Are they even taking care of your kids or what?
When you say they, who do you mean?
The CDC, that connection school that they go to.
Like the staff?
Yeah, the
teachers?
staff, the teachers.
Yeah. She ever fallen out of her chair that you were?
I haven't seen anything like
I've
that.
never seen her fall out of the chair.
No, I don't.
Ever heard about it?
No. Never really asked Tina. It's just, I thought this was natural for her, not to pass away, but,
Right.
Tina was always telling me, it's natural for her breathing. She does this all the time. This is
Mhm.
normal for her, so I
Right.
never took any,
Who's the bus driver? Do you know the name?
there's a few of them.
Oh, they have a few.
Yeah, they rotate
Okay.
and they work at that Connections in Rapids.
All right. Okay. So some of what I asked to, and I asked you about different things about your past, because, I mean, we see on CCAP the arrest,
Yeah.
and most of them are all listed initially as battery and
Well,
disorderly
so
conduct.
I didn't touch Sam.
Okay, but
Right, but you gotta
just
understand, that's freaking
I
me
know,
out, because if
just-
my record is gonna look at me like I hurt that kid.
just let me explain things to you, okay?
Okay.
So I'm trying to explain why we ask certain questions.
Sure.
So we ask certain questions because we have to look at a person's history and not knowing you. Remember, one of the first things I said is I want to sit down and get to know you.
Right.
Okay?
This is another reason why
That's why I ask questions.
Okay, this is
Okay.
another reason why me and Tina wanted to keep secret, because I know I have a bad past with women, and I didn't want the school knowing of my past and then taking her kids away from
Yeah,
her.
but that,
You know what I'm saying?
Typically, they don't.
It was a borderline kind of, I didn't want Tina to be in trouble that I had a bad past.
she's not gonna get in trouble because a lot of people have a bad past and they still have their kids. Typically, there has to be some kind of event happens for someone to lose their kid,
Okay,
okay?
Okay.
Or their children. So just because you have a bad past, I mean, I can sit down here and tell you probably 10, 12 different people that have a record far worse than anything that you have, and yours were dismissed and pled down to
just misdemeanor, just,
an ordinance.
yeah, it was
You know,
pretty much,
basically.
yeah.
Okay, so, but we don't know you, so we have to ask questions and we have to look at everybody who lives in the house
I get it.
or who's coming to visit,
Sure.
who may have, contact with the children or whatever else. So we ask questions. We're not really implying anything, but what we want to do is get to the truth
Right,
of what happened.
I wanna know the truth too.
And the only way we can do that is to ask certain questions. So I told you that we'd ask some hard questions.
Yeah, that was
And
tough.
That's what we're doing. And we ask questions like, I ask you about your temper,
Mhm.
okay? I ask you about different things about your demeanor. I ask you certain questions, and I'll probably shoot myself in the foot, but I ask you certain questions to see if you're being honest with me,
Sure, I
okay?
get it.
And there was maybe once or twice I had to ask a question 2 or 3 times, before I got the answer that I was looking for.
Been drinking, so I apologize for
Right.
that. It's just
And-
stressful.
Well, no, I understand it's stressful. I totally understand how stressful it is, Paul.
I'm
Okay.
so worried for Tina.
And, well, we are too. That's why we're here.
Okay,
We're worried for her. We're here helping Nekoosa because that's what it is. We're worried.
Okay.
And we want to make sure, that if there was something that happened that shouldn't have happened, we want to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else.
right, I get that.
Okay.
I do.
And our primary goal is to find out what happened. That's always our goal. Everybody thinks law enforcement's mean and they're nasty.
No, I never.
But all we want to do is find out the truth about what happened. And we don't know answers because we weren't there.
Right. I wanna know too. I wish I could've got there sooner.
That's why we ask really hard questions. So it's just that I personally don't believe, based on what I know about Sammy, that she could harm herself to cause those kind of injuries to her.
Okay,
I don't think she's strong enough. I honestly don't.
okay,
I mean, the injuries and just kind of to put it maybe into a little perspective, those kind of injuries you might see if Mike Tyson came up and punched one of us without gloves on.
you gotta be kidding me. That
Okay,
was that.
they're severe.
Psychologically, this moment is a calculated reality anchor. The detective forces Paul to confront the sheer magnitude of the violence, eliminating any possibility of an accidental fall or self-harm. Paul's reaction, sheer disbelief and a frantic denial, reveals a mind that intellectually understands the science, but emotionally refuses to accept the implications of being the only able-bodied adult present.
Okay,
Okay,
so that kind of gives you an idea where we're coming from.
all right.
And that's why I was asking you questions about how strong Sandy was and about how she was able to move and do things.
Okay. Yeah,
And typically, I worked in the jail for a couple of years. I watch people take off running from here and run their head into a cement wall. And they stand there and then they look at us. They don't get those kind of injuries, and I'm certain that Sammy wasn't able to even inflict that level of injury on herself.
Jesus.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's why we're asking questions. I mean, and I don't want to be graphic, but sometimes we have to ask graphic questions
I understand.
to figure out the answers.
I understand.
Okay, and then there was some other potential injuries that lead me in other directions, but I want to deal with these head injuries first.
Okay.
You know, and there was some other injuries that I just don't think that Sammy could or would have the opportunity to cause. But one of them was an injury to the very top of her head. And
Okay.
I would find that based on what the photos I've looked at and the way her arms were not able to straighten them out, that she wouldn't be able to generate enough force to really hurt herself.
Okay.
Okay. I just can't see that.
I wouldn't see how she could do that laying
No.
on her bed anyway.
No, I couldn't see it. And based on what you told me and the way that she couldn't straighten her arms out and she couldn't do any.
She would get, but I can't see.
But she can't come
Right,
from here.
No, she wouldn't.
Straight down on top of her head and cause
No,
injuries.
I don't think
And she
so.
only weighed 90 pounds.
I know, but
Right. Yeah, and I looked at the photos on Tina's Facebook page, and I could see that her arms were kind of bent like this, and that she couldn't make a fist
right.
with her hands. And there's just no way that I could see that she could cause those injuries to herself.
Okay.
I could potentially see some of the face
That's what we saw
that she
before.
would do that.
That's what we saw before, and I thought she was healing.
Yeah, right.
You know?
And the CT scan, if these injuries would have been there on September 8th, the CT scan would have showed those injuries. Plus, the pathologist can base the pathologist that did the autopsy. Do you remember, Joe, how many autopsies he's done? Is it
So back in 2016, I think it was something like, it was like a 5-digit figure or something.
Oh,
yeah. So, I mean, this is all this guy has done his entire life, and he's been a professor at UW-Madison at the medical school. So, we trust his
Okay, I do
findings
too, yeah.
completely.
All right.
And Joe and I both had cases with him previously. And when he tells us that these injuries were fresh, like within a day or two prior to her death, I would believe him. And maybe that's part of the reason why you said she didn't seem
She seemed off.
off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she wasn't the regular Sammy that I saw sitting in her chair.
Yeah,
You know?
and that could certainly be part of those reasons.
Okay.
And like I said, first off, we feel it's really important to figure out answers for Tina. And this is her oldest daughter,
I know,
right? She
right.
doesn't have any other children.
Dusty.
Well, I mean, other than the two girls.
No, that's it. That's
Okay.
her and Des.
And Sammy is the oldest.
Yeah,
Right? So, I mean, we owe it to her to figure out what happened.
I agree.
And that's what we're working so hard. I mean, you've seen all of us. We're here.
I've been talking to Tina today. I was like, I want to
Working for
go.
everybody, and that's what we do. So there was some type of injury that occurred,
Okay.
okay? And the other thing is there was some on the neck area,
Okay.
okay? And on the neck area, from what I was told, would lead me to believe that it was someone put their hand on her neck,
Okay.
okay? And she wasn't very big.
She was a little dainty
a
girl.
little tiny girl, and you and I both have really big mitts.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't be able to probably put our hands around her neck, the whole hand anyway, because it's just not, she just isn't big enough for that.
Right.
Okay, so I guess we're trying to figure out exactly what happened. Okay, and I mean, there was also, you're sure you weren't investigated for anything else? Ever?
That's it.
Anything involving children, other adults, other male, female, anything else?
It
Ever?
was, yeah, that's, or, not, Jesus. Regina's kids told her dad in the cross that he said I touched them, and I never did.
Never did.
No.
Okay,
No.
did you get questioned about that?
Yeah, they came to New Lisbon in front of me and Lucinda. It was 13 years later. Her middle daughter, Ashley,
13 years
13 years
later?
later when
Yeah, but
Ashley,
were you with her 13
No.
years before that? Oh, well, that doesn't make any sense, but.
no, they came to me 13 years after that relationship. When
Oh, they came to you 13 years later?
After.
Oh, after the relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, so when the girl said it allegedly happened, you would have been there.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was 13 years later.
Ashley told the cop or something that I rudely touched her in the basement when I was doing laundry.
Oh, well,
I never hurt that kid. I never touched her rudely at all.
okay,
I was never in the basement with her alone.
okay.
So there was,
All right, that was another investigation.
yeah,
Okay.
that's all I mean.
All right,
But nothing ever panned because they know I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you didn't do anything.
Oh, no.
okay, so like I said, there's tough questions that we have to ask just to try to get to the truth
Right.
and figure out what was going on. So, and this is probably going to be the toughest one, Paul. So at any time, did you ever lay a hand on Sammy?
No,
Never.
never.
Did it?
No, I
Was
was
it ever?
always in the room with Tina with her.
Okay. Was it ever, did it ever seem like either one of the girls, and probably especially Sammy, because she probably took more care than Desi? Because Desi's kind of able to take care of herself
She can
and do
walk
her own
around and
thing,
talk,
right?
yeah, she can walk and talk and
like
stuff.
tonight, she's upstairs watching
Yeah, she does her YouTube and,
something that she was watching.
yeah,
Okay, but like Sam is like right around the corner from your bedroom.
right.
Okay,
That's why
And-
I'm freaking out because I should have got to her.
right. But did it? I mean, that must have caused a little bit of stress on a new relationship, huh? After moving in,
Are
and,
you kidding me?
you
Yeah,
know,
this was hard. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get used to the kids, I really am.
right. And then I'm sure in a new relationship, because I've been in a new relationship, and I'll tell you, I lost my first wife when I was young. Okay, so then I started all over again, and that was really a difficult thing to do.
Mhm.
Okay, and new relationships they're difficult.
I know.
And I shouldn't say this. I really can't imagine necessarily how difficult a new relationship would be with a woman who has basically two adult children,
That
and
can't
both
take
of
care
them
of-
have special needs that can't take care of themselves.
Oh, believe me,
And
I'm in that.
yeah, and I can totally understand how that could be just frustrating, and I can understand, like you want to go out on a date night,
Yeah,
and
it's tough.
it's tough
It's tough.
because you got to either find respite overnight,
Right.
or, and
And we made do. I mean, she had her mom over once while we went out, but we were only out for about 45 minutes to an hour.
that's not very long.
No, I mean,
No.
we make do.
Yeah, you make do, but it still isn't quite the same as
Right?
if
Oh, I know.
the children were
And
able
we've
to
argued
take care of
about that
themselves.
before, I've always told her, I'm like, I want to take you out, I want to do things with
Yeah.
you, It's tough.
Yeah, and I would have to believe that it's much easier to find someone to take care of Desi than it would be Sam, because
Well,
Desi doesn't have the
She would have
needs.
called respite or somebody,
Yeah.
or somebody from her work that could help take care.
Yeah, and
Because I would never change Sam, I would never give her a shower, I didn't,
yeah,
that was all mom.
that's a stress on a new
It
relationship,
is, it's stressful.
and then a stress with you losing a job. I'm sure it was easier when you had a job and were making money,
Yeah, still,
You know.
I wanted to go out with her, and I'd
Exactly.
always come over and hang out with them and the girls. I mean, we had Thanksgiving together, we had
Oh, yeah.
Christmas together. I mean, it was nice,
Yep.
know.
Oh, and it is. I mean, she's got her house here. Hell, it's warm. Your house is clean. Here. But I understand. I understand the stress. I don't know it because I wasn't living
You've
it.
never been in
Other than with my one son, but that was only for a short period of time.
Okay.
It was only 5 years, so it's not like it was forever. But that was again my own child, so things are a little different.
I get it.
But it's one of those things. Starting a new relationship, it's hard to become intimate when your significant other might be worried about getting up and checking on her daughter.
Yeah, but I don't know, it was something natural for me. It's something that Tina was always doing, So I just took it one day to stride. I took it not took it for granted, I took it one day at a time with Tina,
So since you got, well, I'm going to say laid off from work, even though it was with a temp agency.
Yeah, it was temp agency.
Right, but so you're not getting unemployment?
No.
No, because it was with a temp agency.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have financial strain, you have
I do.
new relationship strain, you don't have your driver's license.
No, I lost that on the 18th.
Yeah. And from a traffic ticket?
Because I didn't pay my SR-22.
Oh, so it's an insurance thing.
I got that till December 12th, this year. I had to pay. So I forgot to pay my SR-22, which they suspended my license again.
Yep.
And
so it's an insurance thing.
Yeah, so the car sits in the garage. I don't want to drive it, so I get that figured out.
Well, yeah, no, because you don't want to rack up.
Yeah,
you don't want another ticket. But I'm sure, have you been drinking a little more because of the stress?
A little bit, yeah.
Since
I've been
losing your
secluding
job.
myself. Yeah, I've been staying in the bedroom and.
Yeah, and that's not any way to live. I'm telling you, it just isn't. Because
I'm trying to figure me out too.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know. Well, there's places that you can reach out to for help. I mean, if you need it, especially mentally, there's places you can go to.
Okay.
All you gotta do is call, and even some of the local churches will certainly help you. Or we have a crisis line. You can always call them.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that you need to go to like a mental health facility.
No.
But you can call and talk to them.
And you're right. I've been drinking more because I've just been nervous. I've been scared, and not because of Desi and Sam, because it was just, I thought my life was going downhill,
Yeah, well, you can't control what happens in Detroit. Okay? Seriously,
I know, I get
that's out of your control. You can only control what you can control.
Right.
You can control pretty much the way you feel. You can control the amount you drink. You can control your temper. You can control those things.
Right.
Okay?
I know.
And losing your job is out of your control. That had nothing to do with you or your performance, just so you...
Losing Sam was
you
out of
remember
my
that.
control too. I wish I could, I wish. Even the priest was telling me, he's like, Paul, you can't worry about that.
Yeah.
I've wanted to be there for her.
Right, I totally get it, but do you understand where
I do.
Where we're coming from, and based on what we're looking at from the outside?
I do.
The only way we can figure this out is to sit down and talk to you and Tina.
Okay.
So at no time did you ever lay a hand on Sammy?
No, you asked Tina.
Never.
I was always in the room with her, and I was always in the bedroom.
Okay.
Tina would walk out. I always stayed in the bedroom.
Never by yourself?
No,
with
I
her?
was never by myself with her.
Nothing like that?
No.
There was no car accidents recently or anything?
No.
No other...
I was always in the kitchen or in the bedroom.
No, nothing at home that you heard?
I heard her throw up a couple times, and I went and grabbed Tina, and Tina went and checked on her.
Yeah, but no thumping, like that in the shower or anything else like that, or that you can remember?
No, I didn't really hear anything like that.
Nothing
I don't
like
know.
that. Okay. All right. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you want water or something? You keep swallowing a lot.
Because I'm dry. I was
Me
drinking
too.
beer.
I am too. I'm
It's
thinking
hot
about
in here.
getting one. Do you want one?
Sure.
All right. I'll wait till Scott comes back, just so you don't have to see her twiddling your thumbs.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Thank you.
you got another one? Thanks a lot, Chief.
A lot of talking for a dry, hot room.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Well, I mean, we want privacy for the most part.
I
Right?
get it.
So how old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay, I didn't want to do the math.
Yeah, I'll be 44 March 10th. Tina's a year older than I am. Year and a half older than I am.
So is there no TV out in the living room, or
There's TV in the living
there
room,
is?
but
Okay.
I kind of tend to stay in my bedroom.
Sure.
I bought her a new TV for Christmas, a bigger one. She only had a little laptop TV in the bedroom, so
Oh, yeah.
I bought one for the bedroom. I kind of just, I stay in the bedroom a lot.
Is that just because too much going on sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, just with my life, you know?
Yeah.
Just, I secluded myself and I shouldn't have. You know, I was always hanging out with the kids outside when Sammy was in her chair and we were out in the living room watching TV or a movie or something like that. But for the most part, I mean, that was all Tina.
Yeah.
You know, Tina took care of her. I didn't want that. I can't give her a shower.
Right.
You know, that's not me. That's a boyfriend. You know, a boyfriend
Well-
stays out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna carry Sam naked into a shower, man. You kidding me?
Well, I mean, eventually it probably would have got to that point.
I told Tina, I said if we got married, I'd wind up adopting the kids. Because I was starting to get to know Sam. Me and Desi are clicking. Desi loves me, you know? I'm not got kids, man. Would never.
Well, we haven't said anything like that yet.
I don't yet.
I mean, no, I'm just saying we haven't.
Come
I
on,
mean,
man.
like he said, this is all we're trying to do is just find the truth. That's our
I want
that's our
to
job.
know too. I really
You know?
do.
So you met in September, and this crazy chick out in Sauk County almost dusted you, as far as you could figure out.
Yeah,
Wow.
the detective told me I kind of dodged the bullet.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing you didn't date her and have a domestic with her.
Well, now look, I mean, I'm with Tina and then her, you know, her daughter passing. I mean, now I'm in another, you know, it's like, where does my life always go? It's like, man, oh man. It's like, all I want to do now is help.
Yeah.
Just want to help. I feel so like it's my fault. Like I should have been there faster. I should have called 911 faster.
But why? Why do you feel guilty for that?
Because if we were sitting out in the living room, maybe we would have heard something sooner, you know? Maybe we would have heard her choking or something, and then I would have been faster on the phone.
What time do you normally go to bed?
Me? I stay up watching movies in the bedroom. Tina's laying next to me. I'm on and off. It's like I got a weird sleep schedule because I've been on third shift, so it's like I sleep a little at night and I sleep mostly during the day, and I'm like 2 hours here, 2 hours there kind of thing.
So I've been on days since April.
Yeah.
Friday night I was up till 4 in the morning. Don't know why, it just was.
Yeah, there's nights
I
like
started watching TV and I just had to watch the next episode, right? I went down the rabbit hole. So, Tina, I'm guessing, she work?
hmm
Okay, where at?
She's a house or a maid or a cleaning person at a retirement facility in Nekoosa.
Oh, yeah. What's it called? Angeles? Or did it change your name, maybe?
I don't know. Nekoosa Court. Nekoosa
Okay.
Court.
Okay. So she probably always been relatively early, I would guess.
No, she stays up with me for a little while. I mean, and then she'll wind up holding me until she falls asleep, and then I'll just lay there and watch TV with her, and then usually I'll fall asleep, and then she wakes up before I do, and goes to get the kids up, early because they got to go to school, and takes care of them, and then they're off on the bus around 8:30.
Sorry about that, but
Sure.
part of the reason it's so hot in here is this door that they told me they should close this and it would be cooler.
Huh.
I wish they would have told us that at the start. I would have liked that. Sorry to interrupt, I hope.
No, we're just.
So, just a couple other things. You got water?
Yeah, thank you. My mouth was getting.
I'm sorry, I forgot to ask you. I apologize for that.
No, it's all right.
We're joining we don't have bottled water.
No.
One of us has to run out to a water fountain and go and get a glass of water and bring it back in. And unfortunately today, our water fountain had an explosion. Literally, it was from the sewer,
Oh,
like this, and it was all over the floor.
Yeah.
okay.
So that's another story. Gross and smelly, yes.
Easy to get.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
not at all. Not at all. So I have some clarifying questions. So I had asked you earlier about being alone with the kids, and you said you're never alone with the kids or anything else
I
like
watched
that.
Desi when she took Sam to the hospital.
Okay, that's the only time.
Yeah.
All right. And what about when you go to the grocery store, or does Tina go to the grocery
I've been
store?
going to the grocery store most of the time, yeah.
Okay, but Tina doesn't go?
Tina will walk across the street and come right back.
Okay, she's never gone at
No,
all.
no, she'll walk across the street, she'll come right back home, and I'm always.
Across the street to where?
She'll go and get me beer or something like that.
Oh, okay, she'll go get beer, but she's not ever gone, what is it? She's walking, that'd probably take 10, 15 minutes.
Not even, man. That girl runs across the street, she comes back, and
Alright.
I stay in the bedroom.
But she doesn't ever go anyplace.
No,
And,
not for a span of time. Like I said, the only time I watched Des is when she took Sam to the hospital for,
but you've never been alone with the kid, with both of them,
no,
ever.
no.
It's always, a little,
Sam was in the bedroom, and she'd walk to the liquor store and come right back.
okay, in that bedroom area.
Yeah, I stay in the bedroom.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't, there was 2 TVs on, one in the living room and one in the bedroom.
Hmm. Yeah, that couch is like, it's been my,
Oh, you don't like the couch? Okay. But, so you're not alone with both the kids unless Tina walks to the liquor store, which is about a block away,
that's it.
right? Not like if she goes grocery shopping or if she has to run some other errands or,
No, she does that when the kids are at school.
okay.
She'll do that right after work, and then, the kids will come home and she gets them off the school bus. But Desi's usually upstairs watching, and then Sam's in her bed.
Yeah. And then, so, have you talked much with Tina about Sammy's behavior
I've been asking,
with bruising?
yeah, I've been asking questions. She's just trying to tell me
Yeah.
that it's happened before. This has happened before.
How often or
I
how
don't know.
long before? You don't know.
I don't know.
But she says it's happened before.
Yeah,
Okay. And what about urinary tract infections?
that I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
She's never talked to you about that.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Because urinary tract infections, my understanding, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a PA or
I
anything
thought it
else
was
like
from
that.
like,
Well, a lot of times, yes, it does come from, or it comes from, okay,
okay.
so,
She did tell me that a doctor used to touch Desi, and there's a ongoing investigation about that.
okay, but nothing Nothing recent.
No,
Okay, when was the last time they seen that doctor?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, we don't, I never got into depth with Tina about that.
Okay,
She just kind of tells me this has happened before. You know, she's,
did she say, does he got a urinary tract infection from that touching?
no, this was recent. Desi told mom that she started feeling pain when she went to pee, so Tina started giving her that amoxicillin.
Oh, the doctor didn't give it to her.
No,
I thought before I
No.
understood the doctor started.
no, Desi never went to the doctor.
Oh, okay.
Sam did,
Oh, only Sam did.
yeah,
Did she ever say that Sam had those before?
not really.
No,
I don't know,
you don't know.
she just said this happens, but she had happened before. That's
Yeah.
all I let you know.
Okay, it's happened before. All right, but so partly, I guess I want to go like where we were talking before, Paul. We want to figure out what the truth is. Okay.
Get that, so
I think I may have a fairly good idea of what happened.
okay,
Okay. Finding out, I'm sorry. Let me turn this on silent. Finding out what happened is primary importance to us.
good,
All right. You know, law enforcement always works very hard when children or children with disabilities are hurt, injured, or are deceased.
right,
I mean, our major fundraiser for us, our major fundraiser for actually all law enforcement in Wisconsin, and maybe you didn't know this, is Special Olympics.
right.
We
Tina's
are-
in Special Olympics.
We probably are the largest fundraiser for Special Olympics law enforcement is in the state of Wisconsin.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
Wow,
Our local law enforcement,
Our department.
our department.
good.
Yes. So I mean,
That's
I'm talking 5 figures easy
Soda plunge.
and more. Yeah, just from one event.
Holy
So
cow.
I mean, you can see how important that is to us
Yes.
to get this figured out, and especially, you know, when one of the children is one of our local Special Olympians.
Right,
You know, even more important, and that it's her sister, you know, that is now deceased. And based on what we know from the autopsy, what I know from talking to Officer Berg, and from what we have been able to gather, okay, because the Nekoosa PD's been working on this ever since Friday.
okay,
All right, they have not really probably done a lot else other than work on this.
okay,
Okay, so we have a theory of what happened, and we really need to get to the bottom of it. And I was starting to go down that road, and I understand, you know. You said most days you drink like 6 beers, which is actually, there's 16 ounces, that's 96 ounces, so that's like
Yeah.
8 beers.
I drink.
Yeah,
I've been-
and just hear me out, okay? And it's the natural light ice, is that a higher alcohol content than most beer?
5.9.
Okay, so about 6%, 5.9%. That really isn't too much because
No,
there's
beer.
beer, but there's other, you know, beer that's much higher in alcohol than that. And so a typical day is like 6 beers,
Yeah, I drink. Yeah.
but is that a typical day or is it more?
No, it's not more, man. It's about 6, and then sometimes, like on a weekend, I'll drink a little bit more.
Yeah,
You know, but since I lost my job, it's been harder on me. You know,
Yeah.
trying to get back into that work field again.
right. You know, it's stressful not having an income coming in.
Oh, believe me, I know.
You know, and you put a lot of money in your car, you said,
Yeah,
you know, and.
I want to help Tina out. You know.
Right, you want to help out, and so right now she's paying most of the bills,
Yeah.
because you don't have any income coming in, do
You
you?
know.
Any savings or anything?
No.
No, any retirement that you could dip into?
No.
No, parents don't help?
No.
No,
No.
you don't have any contact with your mom and dad?
Not really.
No, any brothers or
I
sisters?
got a sister, she's back in Kenosha. I still talk to my aunt every once in a while, she's in South Carolina.
Yeah, but they're not helping financially.
No.
Okay. So pretty stressful time.
Yeah, it
And
is.
alcohol, a lot of people
Kind of
use
calms
it.
me down.
Yeah, a lot of people use it for a crutch.
Yeah.
Okay. I know, because like I said, I've been there and I understand what alcohol can do. Luckily, I was able to not let it get the best of me.
And I've been talking to Tina too about going to a church and talking about my feelings and trying to get off
Yeah.
the beer.
Yeah, and it certainly would help, right?
Yeah.
You know,
And start my life.
and I would imagine that when you were working, you weren't drinking as much.
No.
You
No.
probably wouldn't go to work
Oh,
with
hell.
any beer on your
No.
breath because they would have let you go
Oh, yeah.
immediately. Because
Yeah.
what were you doing? Were you grinding in there, welding?
No, I was actually, working, I was not maintenance, but I was utility for 2072 line. So I was changing over the patterns,
Oh, okay.
helping clean up, relieving people for their breaks.
Oh, so you
You know,
kind of a
All
general type
over.
of,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And operating equipment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I forget the size of the molds they make that they have down there, but were some of them pretty big, or were they all? I mean, like forklift.
Well, yeah, we use the forklift.
Yeah, tow motor.
Yeah.
Yes, I always call it forklift up here. They call them tow motors.
Mhm.
Okay, so if they ever had a hint that you were drinking and come to work,
Oh, I would have been gone.
you would have been gone
Oh, yeah.
immediately, or they would ask you to go and take a P
Please
test.
take a P test.
Yeah.
And never drank on the snow.
No,
I took care of my job. I really loved that job.
and you know
All
what?
my job.
You kind of seem like that to me, that you probably would be that guy. Okay, but there's the whole stress of all this that's been going on in your life. You know, having a new girlfriend, and had you planned on moving up here even if you wouldn't have lost your job?
No, actually, we were trying to find a place in Reedsburg. Because if I would have kept that job, then I would have brought the girls down to Reedsburg. And I think that's what Tina wanted too. We were
Yeah.
trying to
Okay,
get out of Nekoosa.
yeah, because she doesn't really have any real ties here other than she has a job.
Yeah, and then the Opportunity Center for the kids said that they could transfer them to a place in Reedsburg.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, because
yeah, that's what
down
the
there
plan
too.
was, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that was a good plan, most certainly. But my whole thing is you're under a lot of stress. You have a new relationship going on that's going really well,
Good.
and I certainly can see that you care about Tina and the girls.
I do.
Okay, but there's the stress of one daughter that requires probably a lot more attention than the other daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm just making an educated estimate here, but my guess is the time that you got to spend with Tina when she was home, that you may have been able to spend 10% of the time with her, and the rest of her time, Tina's time, was with the girls.
Yeah.
And that's really stressful, you know, and without having a job, nowhere to go, no other family around.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's really tough. So you resort to drinking, and I'm sure, because you alluded that there was already like one disagreement with Tina, and I don't remember what it was, but you had a disagreement with her. You know, you had a disagreement with her father,
Yeah,
which
her
is
father threatened me.
pretty severe disagreement.
I mean, really.
Okay.
That was scary.
So there's another stress there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having your new girlfriend's parents not like you. You know.
You're not trying to get me to break up with Tina, are you?
No, I'm not.
I do.
I'm not trying.
Okay,
no,
because I know the stress level is difficult.
No, I'm not trying that at all.
Okay.
But, you know, there's just a number of things over the course of the interview that you said to me that I have some real questions about.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, there's a number of things. Number one, the fact that your story changed a little bit about Sammy hitting herself. From when we first sat down until later, there was a little difference within that.
I'm just trying to figure out
Okay.
what she, if anything.
So just hear me out. There was some differences with that.
Okay.
Okay, there's some differences in time frame of the amount of time that you spend alone with the children. Okay.
I get that.
All right, I think there's a little bit more than 5 minutes that it takes her to walk down to the grocery store and get a 12-pack of beer.
Okay.
All right. I think, there's some issues with the urinary tract infections. Okay.
All right.
And I think that the drinking is something that is out of control a little bit yourself because of the stress.
And I seclude myself.
And you've had in the past, how many OWIs?
Be 3.
3. Okay. So I think you understand about the drinking.
I do.
Because that's all the rest of the stuff's in the past, but, sometimes the past is the best predictor of future. Okay, unfortunately, it is, and it's really hard to get out of that.
Right.
Okay, so we have all those stresses. We have the stress, the new girlfriend, moving up here, not having a job. Okay, there's a couple of inconsistencies about some things that you said. One of the inconsistencies is that moving in with your girlfriend, and I don't, as far as I know, I don't think she's receiving any aid from the housing assistance, or
No.
she's not receiving any aid from housing assistance.
No, just the SSI for the 2 girls,
girls.
and then her check.
Okay, but there's nothing that a landlord could do about someone having their boyfriend move in with her.
That's what we were worried about.
Okay, there isn't anything at all that she could say about it.
Okay.
Maybe she would come in and say, I'm going to charge you more rent, but that's all she could say. There isn't anything that a landlord could do unless they suspected something was going on to get the children removed.
Okay.
And that's just not necessarily, to me, that's not a normal statement.
I just thought it was because of my record.
No.
Because they would have to do a background check on me, and if they didn't like me.
Not all landlords do background checks.
Okay. That was the only reason.
And they can't, and the fact that you had traffic violations, which are criminal traffic because it was a third offense.
Yeah.
And you probably sat 5 or 10 days in jail.
35 days.
35.
2 years probation, and I was Hubert.
Yeah.
And then I had to wear an ankle bracelet for 6 months. Too.
Okay, well.
So they went max on me.
Yeah, that's a little more severe than what we're used to. But that's not something that can preclude someone from renting.
Okay.
Okay, because there are renters' rights in the state of Wisconsin. All right, and they have to have a really good reason if they deny. And then I'm sure she probably has a lease or something.
I think it's month
to month.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, it's really difficult. So your statement about being afraid the girls are going to get taken away, I think is unfounded.
Okay.
Personally, I honestly think that. Okay, and I kind of have an idea that someone in that house knows exactly what happened.
This is the fracture of credibility. By exposing a small, protective lie, the detective erodes Paul's overall trustworthiness. This moment demonstrates the broken window theory of interrogation. Once a suspect lies about the trivial, their denial of the monstrous becomes semantically unreliable, turning Paul's defensive posture into a desperate, retreating shell.
To Sammy.
Okay.
I honestly think that someone in that house knows what happened to her. Okay? And I think there's many reasons why something happened. And sometimes people get out of control and lose their temper inappropriately. I've seen it. I've been in law enforcement for 34 years. I'm old. I'm the oldest guy in my department. Okay? I've seen a lot over 35 years, and I haven't worked just here. I've worked other places too. People lose control. And
okay, I lost control of my drinking, but there's no way I would ever hurt those kids.
Okay?
Okay? Never.
Never, ever hurt those kids.
Hurt those kids.
Okay? And there's other things that I look for, when we're talking to people. Okay? And I've seen a few of those characteristics. I'm not going to tell you what they are because then I'm going to shoot myself in the foot.
I get it.
Right? You understand that? But I have a theory on what happened. And I told you I had a theory earlier about what happened. And I can see the stress. I mean, not only could I see the stress, but I talked to the other officers that were there on September 8th or January 8th. I'll get this year squared away yet.
Okay.
Trust me. Okay. They were there on January 8th. And they felt that something wasn't right on the 8th.
Well, because I was nervous and I thought I was going to have a heart attack and they had an ambulance.
Well, that was part of it, but there was just some other things that they picked up on. And then there was, I listened to the 911 call, okay? And there were certain things I picked up with on the 911 call that are not, that I would say aren't necessarily normal.
So like I didn't make the right call?
No, calling 911, I'm not saying you didn't do the right thing by any means. There's just some things listening that I pick up on that cause me to have questions. Okay?
I was in a freak mode, man. I didn't.
Right, I totally get it. I've been down that road before. But there's just certain things, and there's certain things that I ask questions to get those answers. And we have not just me, but we have a theory on what happened. We're trying to get to the bottom line on what happened. And I've really alluded to a lot of it. And
so you guys
I understand. I'm not blaming you. I'm asking some questions on possibly involvement. And I do think when I told you that I think that there's someone that's staying out of the house that knows exactly what happened. I believe that.
Okay. I want to know too. Believe me.
And I believe that someone in that house knows what happened. Maybe everyone in the house knows what happened. Okay? I do. And that's a distinct possibility that everybody knows what happened and some people are afraid. Okay?
I just think that what Tina told me, that she hit herself on the bed rail. That's what I know. That's all I know.
But that was on January 8th.
I know, but that's...
Okay. And I'm telling you that our doctor, Dr. Steer, is not wrong about what happened. And the CT scan would have picked up the injuries that the pathologist uncovered. All right. Science is not lying on this.
All right.
At all. And so...
That doesn't mean I hit Sam. I didn't ever touched her.
Well, and maybe there was something else that happened there that I'm not totally aware of. And there's reasons for UTIs, and you actually gave me the answer, the main reason for a UTI. And the main reason comes from some type of, it doesn't have to be true on intercourse,
right? But
it can also be from hands or other objects or whatever else that's going on. Okay?
Okay.
And that's something that my understanding is that Sam has had very, very seldom, if rarely, had a UTI.
All right.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
And no, I wouldn't expect it. You've only been around since September.
About 4 months.
And then that was only on your days off back then.
Yeah, the weekends.
So that was only 1 or 2 days a week that you would come out and stay here.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's a reason. Okay. And I explained to you before that there is physical evidence that there's some other injuries, not just on Sammy's head.
Okay.
Okay. So there's some other injuries that would indicate that there was some type of injury to the vaginal area on Sam. Okay.
Okay. That's
all right.
I want to find that out too.
Yeah, so do we. And
because
unfortunately,
like I said, I never did any of the changing. I never.
There was a kit that was done.
Okay.
Okay. So obviously that's going to take a while for the results to come back from that.
Okay, I want to know too.
Okay.
Because I'll kill that.
So that's one thing that we're looking into as well.
Okay.
All right. So that's something totally different.
See, I didn't know any of that. No.
Well,
that's a lot.
No, because nobody knew that until today.
Okay.
So I don't know how you could know that.
Well, I know. Right. I don't. Like I said, I don't change her. I don't. It's
Yeah.
not my,
Well, I'm not saying that it would happen from someone changing her.
okay?
Okay, I didn't say that.
No, I'm just saying how I would
Yeah.
even know that.
Well, right, and you wouldn't until I told you.
Okay.
But there are some things, that happen, and is there any? I mean, I talked to you about if there's any type of pubic hair, they will swab that, they'll comb it to see if there's other types of other people's hair there,
Okay,
or they'll do swabs to see if there's any DNA
sure,
whatsoever from anybody else
okay,
there. And so, part of what we're going to do yet tonight is we're also going to take a DNA sample from
Sure.
you.
okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
So we're going to do that. So with that, is there any reason that your DNA would be on Sammy at all,
No,
or in her?
no, hell no,
No,
no way.
because the injuries look to be somewhat fairly recent,
Okay,
according to the doctor too.
you can test me.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. Holy
So there'd be
shit.
no reason for
Oh,
that.
no,
Okay. And, on the 8th with Sammy was probably, I think, a little more than Tina had ever seen before. Because I don't think her hitting herself is anything new.
no, that's
Okay.
what she told me.
But I think it was very rare that occurred. And sometimes people they act out more when something's happening to them that they don't want to have happen.
Okay,
Okay? Because Sammy can't talk,
I know,
other than maybe say one or two words, right?
yeah,
And, could she read,
I don't think
You don't think so?
I mean, they were trying to teach her that at school,
Yeah.
I think.
But could she understand certain words that you could see?
Not really,
Not really.
no,
You don't think
I
so?
don't know, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really get to spend that much time with her.
Yeah. But anyway, certain people that can't communicate very well. Okay. They communicate in other ways.
Right,
Okay. And from what I understand from talking to you, and from what I understand from the previous bit of research that we've done, is that, and actually I saw photos. I could see in some of the photos on Facebook when Sammy got excited, she had her
Oh, yeah.
hands like this.
yeah,
And to me, the look on her face was something that she was excited, and happy with.
right,
Okay. But hitting herself, that's something that Tina said she rarely did.
okay,
Okay. So now, recently, within the last few weeks, she's had some major changes in her life,
I mean, we rearranged the room, we
right?
rearranged the living room, we helped Desi out, I don't know if it was
What's the biggest change in the last month?
grandparents not coming over,
Okay. What else?
me secluding myself to the bedroom.
And what about you moving in?
How would
Seeing you
how
more.
would she know that though?
I-
She's always,
People
she's always
understand.
I guess.
But you're there every day. She sees
Yeah, I
you
don't
every
want
day.
me to be blamed for her death because I
You know.
moved in, man.
Well,
Then I
but-
feel bad
but
even
just-
being with Tina
But
now.
hear me out, though. Hear me out. So people act out. They can't talk or communicate in other ways.
Right,
They act out in other ways. And they act out when something bad is happening to them. She
okay,
probably can't explain what that was. Okay? She probably can't explain what was happening. She can't talk. Like Desi did certainly talk.
yeah, she can talk.
I heard her talk. She speaks really very,
Yeah, she
very
does.
clearly.
Yes, she does.
And I mean, Sammy can't talk. So her method of communication is probably acting out and hitting herself a little bit. Okay, trying to maybe draw more attention. Okay, there's still brain activity. Even though she can't talk, There's still brain activity,
Right.
and people can understand what's going on.
Okay.
Quite often, you even hear that from people who are in a coma when their loved ones come and sit down and talk to them every day.
Right.
There are people that remember those conversations. They don't know why, but they remember them.
Okay.
And there's things that are said. I'm sure Desi remembers stuff. Like, she would probably light up when her mom got back from the grocery store or from going down the street and buying beer
Oh,
when
was
she
always,
saw her mom.
she was always in her room.
Yeah, but when you had to have noticed the interaction between Tina and Sammy, too, right? And Sammy would get excited when she saw her mom.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it's different. It's not normal. It's not like I see my children that are off at college and I see them, they come up and give me big hugs. That's what we understand because that's how we
Well, Sam
understand.
always smiled when I came, and she'd always grab my hand, and
Right.
she was always excited when I came in the room too.
Yeah.
I mean, she
You could
really
see how
was.
she could be excited. But there's certain people act out differently for different reasons. Okay? And all right, came from someone putting their hand on her neck.
Okay.
There's no question in my mind.
All
And
right.
Sammy couldn't do that to herself because she couldn't manipulate her hands to do that.
Right.
All right? There's 3 fingers and basically what I would describe as a thumbprint on her neck. That's pretty forceful
Okay.
to have on a person's neck. Okay? That's how I would describe those injuries.
All
It
right.
came from someone putting a hand on her neck. And I guess Paul, I need to be positively, absolutely 100% certain that you did not lay a hand on Sammy out of frustration, or maybe you got drunk and things got out of hand because she was flailing and you tried to stop her from flailing around when Tina was gone.
For one, I don't get drunk off of beer. It just kind of mellows me. It's kind of like an ADH thing,
Well,
But
I've been drunk on beer before.
I don't know. I don't get drunk on beer. You can even ask Tina.
Well, probably because you drink a lot.
Yeah, I drink a lot of beer.
You're
So you don't feel it, but you are drunk.
Well, if I blew, yeah,
Right.
probably,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't feel like I don't get out of control.
Well, I understand, but for 3 different women to report that you were basically lost control, okay, 3 women cannot be wrong.
What, 3 women?
Well, the women that with the arrest, maybe it was just 2.
Oh, with Lucinda and,
Yes.
oh,
Okay.
okay,
And the battery and the domestic and those issues that was reported. Okay, you got lucky and you got a big break on both those cases. There's no question about that. You really did.
and,
You paid for it.
oh, I did.
You did. You paid for it. The fines were extremely high. I mean, I saw the fines. I mean, one of them was approaching almost $900 for one fine out of one of those. I think that was the most recent one. And
Yeah, it was,
so I mean, there is a history. Even though you said your demeanor's calm, there is a history. And now with all the stress, having a new relationship, having your new girlfriend who you said you love dearly, and you expect her to give you time as well.
I knew it was her kids first.
There's a lot of time.
I know, and I always told her, the kids came first, and she knew that with me.
And
I was always there for her,
Yeah, and I'm not saying you weren't there for her, and that's difficult.
It is.
New relationship.
This is hard.
It's extremely difficult in a new relationship to actually sit there and try to share time with a woman that you love, and to carry on that relationship
I get it.
when there's kids with needs that take a lot of time.
I'm just nervous. So this has never happened like this.
Do you know why this is stressful to you?
Because I've been drinking today.
No, I mean the whole situation with your relationship and the kids. It's because you're a good person, okay? And you mean
I'm
I'm
trying.
trying to do good by
I
everybody.
am. I really am, man.
And
This is hard.
they're stressors, man. I mean, like Scott was saying, I mean, he lost a wife. He knows what it's like to go through something like this. And so all the emotions that play in, I mean, he knows.
Right. I know.
Because he's felt all the same stuff.
Sorry about that. So we're gonna be done here before too long.
Okay.
Okay. But before I leave you, the other guys, they have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. And I just want to make sure there isn't anything else that you need to tell me before I step out.
No, this
And-
is all it.
And Officer Mahan, do you know Officer Mahan?
No.
Okay, it's, like I said, we're here helping him.
Okay.
And I just talked to him, I'm not gonna hide anything from you, and he may have some information that I'm not aware of. So
Okay.
he has a couple questions, I think, that he wants to talk to you
Sure.
about. But I just wanna make sure that there isn't anything you need to clear up with me
No.
before they come
I wanna
in
know
and
what's going
talk
on.
to you and go forward from there.
Okay.
Okay, is there anything you wanna ask me that I might be able to help you out with before they come in?
I just want to see Tina. I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah, we'll make sure that
Okay.
happens, okay? We'll make sure that you're able to see her. But
Am I
there's,
being arrested for anything?
no, I
I'm
told you.
serious. Like this
I
is
told
like
you how.
freaking me out.
Well, I know, but we spend a lot of time because we want to get to the bottom
I
of what
understand.
happened. And the only way we can do that, Paul, is with your cooperation.
Sure.
In order to try and figure out what happened. And we always start in the house.
Okay.
Okay, after we start with you guys, all right, because we'd be remiss, because up until right now, until we talked to you, we didn't know where the girls went to school.
Okay.
Okay, and how do we find that out unless we talk to
Talk
the
to
people
at
that,
the house.
that live in the house?
Right.
We didn't know that there wasn't maybe someone else that came over, another friend, you know, and you gave us a lot of great information about the school and how Desi says they don't treat her real well at school. You know, I mean, we wouldn't know that unless we talked to you and Tina,
Okay.
would we? Because I don't think you want us to go talk to Larry.
For what?
Well, no, I just don't think that Larry has a lot of information about how the girls are.
Oh, her dad. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tina's
God.
dad.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Right? I mean,
that guy will just.
are we gonna get anything from him?
I don't think so.
No, because he's not around.
Right.
You
Maybe
told
the
me
mom.
that.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe the mom. But, I mean, so you understand how we always start at home and
Yes.
we wanna just kind of figure out what's going on there. And I believe we're even gonna set up a interview with Desi, is what it sounded like, and that's what we were talking about too.
Good.
Because we wanna set up an interview with Desi,
Sure.
you know, because you told me that she's probably gonna be greatly helpful, and
I would hope so.
I mean, we went upstairs and she knows Officer Mahan, and she was talking to him, and it's like, holy mackerel, it seems like they're lost long forever.
Oh yeah, she'll talk to you, man. She's an amazing girl.
Yeah, so I mean, that's great. But see how we don't know any of that until we sit down and talk to
I get
the
it.
people that are there in the house.
I understand.
You know, and I really appreciate you putting up with my questions and the hard,
This has been
hard
hard.
questions. Well, it is hard. Your girlfriend's daughter just
I
died.
know.
And 4 days later, you have two detectives
I'm sitting in a room.
sitting in a room getting questioned, you know, and I didn't tell you before, but this is my boss, so I have to be on the top of my game. Otherwise, he's gonna force me to retire. That's what's gonna happen.
Hang on, let him say.
You know, so, I mean, I ask those tough questions, and I try to make it as easy as I can for the people I talk to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There may be a time in the future that I need to sit down and I really need your help, and I don't want you to be mad at me
No, I get it.
because you may have down the road some information that is really beneficial to me.
I might hear something else.
Then you might hear something, and I don't want you being pissed off at me.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at anybody.
But
I'm just.
you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Well, I want us to have a good good relationship, and my job is to get to the truth of what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Sammy deserves, but you deserve the truth too.
I want to know.
I mean, you were in that house, right?
You told me something
So-
happened that sure pisses me off. I
Yep.
want to know what the hell happened there.
Yeah, and I would feel the same way.
You can swab and take a DNA because I never, ever would have hurt those kids.
Yeah. And, you know, so, I mean, if something did happen, I guess I could partly understand it with all the stress you're going through. I mean, you're under a lot of stress, dude.
Yeah, you can blame my stress, but I still would never
Yeah.
hurt those kids.
Well, that's good to know, but you know what I mean? It's just, I understand stress.
Yeah, and I've been secluding myself to the bedroom,
Yeah.
and I've been,
Yeah.
it's been tough.
Yeah, I can
I
only
don't know if
imagine. Yeah, you're not on any medication or anything, right?
No, I just drink beer.
Just drink beer? Well, technically that's classified as medication.
Well, yeah, they could.
You know, the real use of alcohol,
Medicating yourself, yeah.
alcohol is actually an anesthetic. That's why when you drink too much, you wake up the next day and feel really tired because it doesn't mimic.
Yeah, I get groggy,
Yeah,
but not all the time. I mean,
No,
it's
no, it all
picky
depends.
on how much beer I drink.
how much and when during the day, you know what I mean? Like, if you drink a lot and then go to bed,
Yeah,
you're not gonna sleep very well.
no,
Because it is an anesthetic.
Yeah,
If
and
you
I've been kind
are
of
early
sleeping.
and then you stop drinking and it kind of gets out of your system before you go to bed, yeah, you're usually gonna get a better night's sleep.
yeah.
You know, it is,
I gotta learn to eat too.
Yeah.
I just, ever since,
you smoke
yeah, I smoke.
a lot or not so much.
I smoke about a pack of cigarettes a day. It's been like that for, God, as long as I can remember.
Yeah, there's people that smoke a lot more than that. I don't know how they afford it, but,
That's expensive, and
Yeah.
I feel bad because I'm not bringing any money in, and, you know,
well, but that's a hard habit to break.
it truly is.
You know, just like chewing tobacco is a hard habit to break.
That I would never do.
Yeah. Yeah, nicotine is a unique kind of drug. You know, it can, if you're feeling down, you can smoke a cigarette and it'll lift your spirits.
Or it can make you fall asleep.
Or it can calm you out.
Calm you
It's
down.
really, it's a
It's
drug
weird.
that works both ways depending on your mood.
You know?
I mean, I could go on more about it, but it really is kind of a unique kind of drug that way.
Yeah.
You know, and it's actually was a really good pesticide, but they had to take it off the market years ago because
I know about 3,000 chemicals in cigarettes.
No. Nicotine itself.
Oh, nicotine itself.
Nicotine itself is a really good pesticide. And well, actually, in strong enough doses isn't not be good for any of us, you know. But it indiscriminately kills every bug. It doesn't leave the good ones go, you know. If you don't mind, I'm gonna just step out real quick. I'm gonna just they told me they have a couple questions. Because, you know, they've been talking to Tina, so they have a couple questions that they want to ask just to clear up something. And I mean, I wasn't in there, so I have no idea
Okay.
what's going on. Okay. So then they'll come here and want to hang out.
Yeah, sure.
They're gonna go get them. So I'm gonna go over there, Joe, and then
Yeah.
I can come.
How you feeling? You very itchy at all? Anything like that? No.
I'm just scared that, you know. Am I gonna get to go home with her tonight?
Why wouldn't you?
I'm just wondering. I'm scared, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Tina's probably freaking out too right now, you know?
Hey, don't read into things, okay? You know what I'm saying? Right now, all we want is just to find out what happened. That is it. We're not worried about anything else.
Okay.
So, you know, we appreciate you willing to sit down with us.
Yeah.
So, but I can tell you're strung out. That's why you feel strung out.
Well, that's just because I've been drinking beer all day. Woke up early.
That's odd. Beer's impressive.
Yeah, I can't.
You've been drinking all day long, pretty much. I mean, not knowing I don't have few rays.
No,
I mean, I know
no, I-
some days are.
I just
Worse
sit,
on
I
it.
just sit in the bedroom and I drink beer and I watch movies and I play my game on my phone. That's it.
Okay.
Guard Escapes.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's similar to like Candy Crush kind of
Yeah,
deal,
it's
right?
like it kind of gets your mind kind of clear, you know. It just kind of.
Well,
So you really his boss, otherwise he just.
I'm the investigative lieutenant, yeah. So,
He gave me that look when he said that. I was just wondering.
well, it's just I'm from here, so
Okay.
Scott's. I mean, well, he's not originally from here, but when I was born, he was working here. He's known me literally my whole life.
Okay.
Small town, Port Edwards.
Okay.
So it's just weird because I'm a little bit younger than he is.
Oh.
So. Anything you think of you could tell me that maybe we forgot to ask? I know he did most of the talking. I was mostly
I
just
just want to know what the hell happened.
answer the week.
I want to know what the hell happened here.
Well, I mean, the medical examiner's report hopefully will
Uh-huh.
answer more of those questions, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess, obviously, you've been drinking probably since you're 21 or old enough to drink. Is that the cause of some of these domestic issues?
No,
It's
no,
not.
just the women.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Right.
That's fair. Sure.
Oh, you remember me? I'm Brian. This is
Yeah.
Andy.
Brian.
You work for the sheriff's department. I work for the city. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were just talking with them. So you were talking here with these guys. Okay. I don't know really much of what they talked to you about. I mean, what kind of things did they talk to you about?
No, just asking me what I thought would happened, and they told me that she was. I had no idea about that either.
Okay. What do you think about that when you hear
I
that?
got pissed off. How
Yeah.
long did that?
So here's
Excuse
what
my
I,
language. I'm just a little upset on that.
here's what I can tell you, Paul. Okay. We spent all day on this incident.
Okay.
There's evidence on the incident. We're gonna find more evidence on the incident. And at this point, Paul, real honestly, the evidence shows that you're involved in this.
How? I never touched that kid.
Okay. Well, I think that at this point, the evidence shows that's not true. Okay. But listen to me, okay? I mean, the evidence is what it is. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. He's seen the evidence. I've seen the evidence.
From what, me
We
being in
looked
the
over
room?
it. Okay. What?
From me being in the room? I never,
Sure, you-
I was never alone with Sam.
We know that's not true. We know that's not true.
Well, no, like, not for a long period of time.
Okay.
Tina wanted to go to the store.
We've kind of ironed out that night and kind of figured out, pretty much minute by minute, kind of what was going on and what was happening. And, we're here to give you an opportunity. We want to know, not as much, we understand that you're involved, okay, in this. And it's really just understand kind of why that was the case, okay? And if, understand the reasons behind some of those things, I think is what's important at this
Yeah.
point.
And I think what he's trying to tell you is we've been doing this a long time, Paul. And sometimes we see people that really,
This is unbelievable.
for a lack of better terms, don't really care about what they do or how they act. And there's,
No, I do, because I cared for those kids. I do. I was taking care of Desi. I mean, it was.
Was there something that, I don't have kids, but I can only imagine, and I've worked in enough cases to understand that working with parents that have developmentally disabled kids, is extremely difficult.
It is hard.
And-
I was trying to get into that.
And I couldn't necessarily imagine being in your shoes and being in that house and having those girls and having, two of them, not just one, two of them, that, kind of get in the way of, a situation. And you're coming in, you guys have only been dating for, 4 or 5 months or whatever that might be. It's a new relationship. I've been in relationships where, that I've dated girls before I got married that had kids, and it was like, there's a lot of different stresses that can come in with just having so many young kids. Now, 2 developmentally disabled kids,
Right.
that's an issue there.
That's an
I know.
And-
Well, it's not an issue for me and Tina. It was like,
But it's a stressor. I
yeah,
mean,
it's a stressor.
how do you guys enjoy the beginning of your guys' relationship when there's constant care? You can't go anywhere. How do you go out to dinner? How do you go do things?
I don't know. We just fell in love.
And I'm not saying that you didn't. I'm just saying that that's got to be a hard
It is tough.
thing to deal with. Is there a time that you became frustrated here with this, or did that cause that? I can reasonably see that happening. That's why I'm asking.
I only became frustrated because I lost my job at A&M, and I wanted Tina and the girls to move to Reedsburg with me and keep that job. I was good at it. I was really good at it.
Yeah, and I'm not doubting that, but I'm just saying, was there a time that kind of caused? What part of why we're here today? Was there a situation that you became frustrated with?
Not her or the
with
girls.
Sammy or
No.
Desi at any point, or Sammy specifically during this occasion?
No, I never yelled. I never got, me and Tina kind of got loud with each other, but we were never around my kids.
Okay.
I think, Paul, kind of what you're missing the point on is that we already understand that you're involved here.
For what? Because moving in, or
We understand that you did this to her.
I didn't do this to her.
That's the truth.
But Paul, we got a timeline kind of dialed down,
I didn't.
and that evening, basically prior to this being discovered, all right, there was some time when who was in the house, who was home that
It
night.
was all of us.
So all of us meaning
Tina was, we were,
Tina
Tina
was-
in the bedroom, Desi was upstairs watching TV, and Sammy was laying in her bed.
okay, and Tina took a bath at one point in time, correct?
Yes, and I was in the bedroom
Okay, did you leave the bedroom at all?
to get a beer.
Okay, did you check on
No,
Sammy at
I
all?
don't go in there without her.
You never checked on her at all?
No.
Okay, did you tell Tina that you checked on her?
When I check on Sam, I kind of peek in the room.
Okay.
Tina knows that. I don't go in there. I don't confront her.
Did you adjust her shirt at all that night?
No.
That her shirt was pulled up over her and you would have made an adjustment to her shirt?
No.
Would you have told Tina that you did that?
Yes.
Okay, well then why did you tell her you did that and you didn't do it?
But that night that her shirt was down,
Yeah.
I didn't adjust her shirt.
Okay,
I just told her that her shirt was down. It wasn't down all the way. It was just like she was pulling at it.
did you tell her you adjusted it?
No.
You just said, what did you tell Tina and when was it?
9:30. I don't know what time. I don't remember what time after when she was taking her bath.
Okay, so when she's taking a bath,
I didn't.
what did you do?
I went into the kitchen, grabbed the beer, came back into the bathroom or back into the bedroom, and I was sitting there watching TV. I
Okay.
went and checked on Sam after a few minutes. I just looked in there, and Tina came back out after her bath, checked on Sam. She said she was okay. Her breathing this is normal. She's done this before. I don't want you guys blaming. I never touched
When
that
was the
shit.
first time that you were physical with Sammy?
Physical?
Yeah.
Never.
So you never touched her? Never had any?
Oh, I picked her up. Yeah.
When's the last time you touched Sammy?
I picked her up when she came home from the hospital from the car to the house.
From the hospital to the car house, so a long time ago.
When she came home from the hospital, she pulled up in the driveway, and I'm the one who carried Sam.
So that's the last time that
Yes.
that you've had any physical contact with her. You haven't touched her since then.
No.
Okay. So would there be any reason why your DNA would show up on her body to include her neck or head area
There wouldn't be any.
or vaginal area?
Hell no.
No possible
No
way.
way.
Okay. So if we find that out to be the truth, how do we explain that?
it's not gonna happen because my DNA would not be on her, especially in there. I would never.
We're really just trying to understand if something happened that night that upset you,
Not that it upsets
that
me.
triggered you, or if it was a total plan from the beginning to
No.
cause this
Oh,
to
no.
her.
I wouldn't.
Because
I wouldn't harm
because the
her.
evidence shows that you're responsible for this.
How is it me? Well, because I'm a guy in the house?
The time window that would have occurred, that this occurred, you were the only person that was alone with her. The injuries that she sustained,
I wasn't
she could
alone.
not
I
have
wasn't
caused.
alone with Sam. Tina was always in the house with me.
She was in the house, but she wasn't in the room.
Oh, so that gives me all the time in the world to go hurt this girl? Come on. I'm half in the bag drunk all the time. I don't even want to go in there. I'm always in the bedroom.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, because I'm stressed out from not working and not helping the
We
family.
understand that.
You know, it's like I drink and I just sit in the bedroom. I kind of seclude myself.
But you said you're half in the bag, and so you don't want to go in there. But if you're half in the bag, why wouldn't you want to go in there?
I was always afraid of Sam. You can even ask Tina. I never wanted that. I wouldn't take her for a shower. I wouldn't change her. I wouldn't help with the feeding. That was all Tina. I would never hurt that kid, man. I would never hurt her.
The evidence shows different, and we're trying to understand why. All right. There was a time you were there, you were alone with her at that time. You even admitted you went and checked on her, and then now you're saying you never would have went even there and looked for her.
Well, I looked at her, yes.
Okay. So the understanding we need to understand is, like Brian said, is this something that when this occurred, was it something that was pre-planned? Was it something that you planned?
I didn't plan nothing. I never hurt this girl.
Was it an accident that something happened?
I never hurt her. I didn't pick her up and drop her. I didn't.
When did that occur?
A couple weeks ago, I got her. We were just trying to get her to talk.
Okay, explain that.
I was like, Sammy, talk, and she'd try and talk, and then I kind of just went like this on her head, and not hard. It was about that hard.
Okay,
I didn't.
You pulled her hair too?
Well, no, it was just kind of, yeah, I might have pulled her hair a little bit, but not like it was all over her face. That was before all that happened.
How do we explain the bruises?
That I don't know.
The absolute denial cracks, revealing a pattern of physical frustration masked as encouragement. Paul's logic collapses here. He attempts to compartmentalize the violence into motivational taps, while the evidence points to fatal rage, creating a classic cognitive dissonance that he cannot resolve.
She could not have caused them.
That was not
That is
me.
impossible.
Okay.
So how did it happen then?
I don't know.
Well, do you know that for 20 years of Sammy's life, she's never had a bruise on her face like that?
Tina said that's not true. She said she's hurt herself before.
Well, it's not the medical records say.
I don't know.
What are we supposed to
I
do?
don't want to get pinned on a murder when I didn't touch that kid like that. I would never hurt her kids. She knows that. And I know it.
But the evidence doesn't know that. So we're trying to understand what happened that made you do it.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I didn't hurt that kid. Take a DNA test.
So who was it?
I don't know.
Did Investigator Mahaka explain to you the injuries that she had?
Yeah, she had some kind of...
She was beat to death, Paul.
It wasn't by me.
She has strangulation marks around her neck.
Strangulation marks. I never put my hands on her neck, ever. I never hurt this
Bruises
kid.
there.
I never hurt her.
And the injuries that she sustained, she could not have done herself.
Okay, so how did my phantom go from the bedroom over to Sam, beat the hell out of this girl, come back in and not think of, come on.
I don't know. You're the only one in the residence that
That's
would
what
have
we're
the
trying to
ability to
figure
do that.
out. That's what we're trying to figure out.
We're trying to figure out
Blacked
why.
out from my beard, did that? Come on,
I don't know.
man. You
Did
guys can't, no, I don't. I've been drinking all day today and I've been good to you guys, answering all the questions you want to know. I don't know anything.
And the thing is you're not being honest with us right now.
Yes, I am.
Okay, we know that you're involved in this.
Yeah, I tapped on her head and got her to talk, but that was way before all that happened. That was it. That was the only time. I picked her up twice. Once I put her in a walker, and once I carried her into the house.
And the first night I met you, Paul, why did you tell me you didn't live there when you've been living there?
It was for me and Tina just to be quiet about it because I didn't want her landlord to know because of my past history. That's all. I thought that it would cause stress on her and the kids.
The kids weren't there.
No. I'm talking
It was
about.
just you and me in the house. Why did you lie?
No, I'm talking about when you said about Tina, right? So I didn't want anybody knowing that I lived there because of my background. And I didn't want like child services to come in and take their kids away because of what my background was.
What's your background?
Well, I've had some domestics
Okay.
and bad driving record and OWIs.
Okay.
That's it.
But when I asked you, I remember that. You said, I'm not living here. I just come up here once in a while. I was not here when this
Yeah,
happened.
we made a point to tell everybody that. It was me and Tina. It was our decision. We didn't want her family to know that I was living there. We didn't, that I lost my job and I
But you know how that looks to a police officer.
Oh, I
right?
get it. Believe me, I know.
Somebody's injured and then you
Yeah, I
were
get it.
actually there, but you said you weren't there. So you know how that looks as a
No,
police officer,
I was
correct?
there, but I didn't hurt that kid.
But you told me you weren't even there.
No, I was there. I was when I called 911.
And I'm talking the first time.
Oh, what first
Remember
time?
the first time the ambulance came?
Yeah, I watched Desi.
Yeah, but remember we had a conversation and you said,
Yeah,
I wasn't here.
I was the one who watched Desi when they went to the hospital.
Yeah, but you told me that you weren't there when Sammy was injured, but you were living there at that point.
Yes.
So why weren't you truthful with me?
Because when you two were talking, we didn't want anybody to know that I was living there.
But you understand how that looks.
She even told her aunt today that I still just come up there on the weekends.
But you understand how that looks. as a
Yes, I
police
do
officer.
understand.
How much do you drink? You said you drink a lot.
I drink beer
How much?
all day.
All day?
Yeah, since I've been laid off, I've just been
Okay.
sitting
Is
in the
it something
bedroom.
that you've had previous, like your whole life growing up, or how long is this?
No, I don't know. I've been drinking since I was in Kenosha, when I was living back in Kenosha. But I was doing like liquor back then, hard stuff. Now I just drink beer.
You said you've had some domestics,
Yeah,
alcohol related?
no.
No, you've been
Oh,
sober.
the first one in Kenosha, that 15 years ago with me and Regina, yeah, I came home drunk.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about the other ones?
no,
No alcohol.
no.
So when did you start drinking again?
I drink beer. It's, like I'll get off of work and I'll have a few beers, but now it's getting to the point where I'm just stressed out because I got no job. I've been secluding myself to a bedroom and I drink.
When did you lose your job?
That was just before Christmas.
And what happened that you lost your job?
GM went on strike and they were transferring people around the plant. And I was a temp. I worked for a temp service.
Okay.
And I didn't think I'd get another job there. I wound up just leaving.
Oh, so you.
They were having us apply for different positions throughout the company.
Okay.
And I didn't think I was going to get hired in just because I was still with the temp service and my contract wasn't up yet.
Okay. So you've been without your job since around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And when did you move up here to Nekoosa?
It was that following weekend. The
So.
20th.
Okay, so you've been in Nekoosa since December.
Yeah.
You understand the situation that we're in?
I do. I do.
Kind of look at it and try to look at it from our lenses here for a second.
I get it.
Okay. We investigate a case like this and we have to look at the timeline and we have to look at when was the injuries not present. All right, we can dial that back. We got a pretty clear window on when these injuries were present.
Okay.
And then we start looking at who could have contributed to these injuries. And could have they occurred by herself? Could have she injured herself in these?
Right.
And that was something that we looked at, obviously, in this case. We rely upon a forensic pathologist that does this. That is a doctor from UW-Madison. that does autopsies on a daily basis and is, I don't know if you know what it's like to be a forensic pathologist, but it's
No, I
a pretty
don't.
big deal to become certified as one of those. They're experts in their field, and they can come up and testify as an expert witness in specific manners and cause of death and things like that. And we rely upon them. They're very experienced. The doctor that specifically did this one, I've worked with in the past on several other cases, very knowledgeable. And when he tells us that this is one of the worst hemorrhagings that he's seen, and that there is no physical possible way that she could have caused those injuries to herself, we have to look at who caused those injuries.
Right, and I don't know why you're pointing your hands at me, because I would never hurt.
How do you not know why we're pointing your hands at you?
Because I would never hurt those kids.
Okay, you're the only one in the residence that could have been responsible other than Tina potentially for that. Desiree couldn't have done that. Right?
No. And I did not hurt those kids.
So you're saying Tina did?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, was there a time that Tina could have done that night that you
She's
didn't?
always going in the room. She always checks on Sam, but I don't think I never put my hands on Sam, except for that one time where I hit her on the head and I got her to say chair. That was it. And that
Did you adjust her shirt that night?
No, I didn't touch her
You
shirt.
told Tina that you did.
No, I said her shirt was down.
So you saw her, noticed the shirt was down, and then I said, how can you fail to say that you went in there and checked on her? Well, this whole interview all the way up until I confronted you specifically.
Because I don't want you guys pinning this on me, and I didn't do anything to Sam, that's why. I'm a good guy, I've been nothing but good about to her and those kids. And that's the honest to God truth. I've never hurt those kids before. Ever.
That's not what the evidence in this
I'm
case
sorry.
shows. Cell phones. Did you talk to her on the phone at all about it?
Who?
Tina, since this has happened, have you had any text messages, conversations at all?
When she was in the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you guys discuss?
What was going on with her about a urinary tract infection?
Is there anything we're going to find on your phone that's going to be suspicious?
No.
I'd like to hear it from you versus when we actually start tearing it apart. Did you search for anything on the internet recently that would be related to this case?
Yeah.
What did you search?
After we saw the bruises, I was checking on if it was concussion, and then I was trying to help her treat it like it was a concussion, and she had the bruises on her face.
When did you search that?
That was right after Christmas when she had the bruises on her face.
A couple weeks ago?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about after this incident occurred? Did you do any internet searches at all that we're going to see anything? Obviously, we're going to take your phones and everything and
I don't-
computers and all that.
No, I don't.
Nothing?
No.
Did you message any friends, anything at all about it that we're going to come across? We're going to look at it, and I'd like to hear it from you versus seeing it
No,
there.
yeah, there's
So we
nothing.
can discuss it right now versus I got to see it and then I could find you again.
It's fine. Yeah, you
So-
can look at my phone. It was just about the concussion, how to treat a concussion when I.
Anything else at all?
No.
No other text messages at all we're going to see or anything like that?
Yeah, to one of her friends, Elisa, because I kind of wanted just to clear my head and get away for a little while, just to leave for a week. I've been stuck in that damn bedroom for over a couple weeks.
Okay.
And it wasn't to leave Tina. She knows I love
So
her.
what is that text, what is that message?
It was to her best friend, Alyssa, like, hey, can I come out for a while and clear my head? And that was it. And I told her I was attracted to her. And that hurts.
And what did she say back?
Do you love Tina? I said, I don't know yet. I don't know. But I do. I love her. But I'm just stressed out about this whole situation. But yeah, that was it. I mean, the only thing I Googled was about the concussion that I thought she had. Because she was afraid to send her to school with Faith. I didn't want her to get in trouble.
Nothing else that you Googled?
No.
Do you have, it sounds like you're currently maybe addicted to alcohol.
Yeah, I
Are you addicted to anything else?
No.
Sex?
Yeah, me and Tina make love a lot.
Tell me about that.
It's good.
How often do you have sex?
It's a night, maybe. I don't know.
Just once a night?
Well, maybe twice. I don't know.
On an average,
twice a night, but last night or the night before we didn't. I mean, a lot. They do. Me and Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
We're not saying that they're,
Okay.
yeah, I guess I don't have any questions about that.
So you're comfortable with us in our presumption, knowing that with the evidence, you're the only possible person that can do this?
I can't believe you guys are gonna put me in like this situation.
And so then, what
I'm
are
not
we
comfortable.
supposed to think? That you premeditated?
A premeditated? No, I am not a murderer. I don't hurt.
So the only other option is that something snapped and triggered it.
Or there was an accident of some kind that occurred. You know, if there was an accident that occurred or something happened, and now's the time to talk about that kind of stuff.
I don't know.
You know, if there was an accident that occurred,
I would
okay.
never.
If it was where you snapped, you get upset, maybe,
Yes.
you know, we talked about the frustrations. I can understand. If
Yeah, I've snapped in front of Tina, but I've never snapped in front of Sam or Des.
But I'm talking if you were to snap at Sam or Des because
Oh, no, I never.
the distraction that it can create.
No,
That sometimes happens.
No.
We see that happen.
no, because I don't black out and do like that.
I'm not
okay?
saying you blacked out even. I'm just saying maybe that happened. Maybe you got upset.
No, maybe nothing, because I didn't touch that kid.
Well, help us.
I wouldn't hit her.
How could those injuries happen to her?
I don't know that.
Was there an
You
accident?
guys are supposed to be finding that out. I never hurt her. I didn't lay my hands on her. I hit her that one time. I told you, yes, I pulled her hair so she would say a word to me, but that wouldn't cause that.
And I agree. And that was if that happened some time ago. That's somewhat.
I can't believe
Not
you
part
guys
of
are
that
blaming
scene.
me for this, man. This is unbelievable.
What are we supposed to think, Paul? What are we supposed to
I
think?
don't know. I lied to you about me living there, yes.
You
I'm
did.
sorry.
You did.
I did.
She sustained injuries that she could not have caused herself.
It wasn't me.
You were present in the house when that occurred.
Yes, but I was in the
Tina
freaking
was
bedroom.
present in the house when that occurred. Desiree was in the house when that
Yes.
occurred. We are limited down to 3 individuals that could have caused those injuries.
I didn't
understand.
Furthermore, Paul, Tina was in the bath. She confirmed it, and you confirmed it at the time that she was injured. That leaves one person. And that's you. That's the other person.
No, why would it be me?
Well, who else was it?
Because I was sitting in the bedroom.
You made a statement to Tina that you said to her.
I heard,
thought
I
she was
heard
her last
Sam,
breath.
I heard Sam, and then Tina walked in there and said she's fine. Then we went back in the bedroom. I was with Tina the whole time. That she walked back out, started freaking out, and then I'm the one who called 911.
Tell me about the situation where you told her you think you saw her last breath.
Said she had her hands, when I checked on her, she had her hands over, and she went like this, and she just kind of mellowed out.
And you think that you saw her last breath, right?
I don't know.
Why do you think you saw her
Because
last?
she got calm, and then Tina was in the room with me, and she's like, she's shallow breathes. This is what she does. So I thought it was
Tina
normal.
was there when you said
Yes.
this? Okay, that's not the story that we've got.
She walked into the room and saw Sam, and she put her hand over her mouth, said, okay, she's normal. This is what she normally does. So I'm like, okay. So I walked back in the bedroom with Tina. The next time Tina walked out, that's when she started flipping out, and I freaked out and called 911. I was in the bedroom the whole time.
When you were in the bath, when she was in the bath, you went in there and checked on her. You said that.
I peeked around the corner.
So here again, who could have caused the injuries to her?
I didn't beat her.
So who could have caused the injuries to her?
I don't know, but it wasn't me, okay? I can't believe you guys are trying to pin this on me, because you gotta pin it on somebody.
We're not pinning anything. This is about following the evidence in this case. This is about looking at all of the evidence.
And when it all comes back to me,
It does.
I'm a guy in the house.
That is not why.
That's not true, Paul.
And we're trying to understand if there's another reason for this, or maybe what caused this. If there was something that upset you,
No, nothing
if it was
upset
an
me.
accident of some kind, or something happened
No,
that would have created
nothing
this
upset me.
injury.
This is why I drink beer, because it mellows me out.
Sometimes accidents happen and people get scared and don't want to say that an accident happened.
No, I didn't drop her. I don't pick her up. I don't do any of that.
Do you have any more questions?
That's what you're going to stick with?
Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong.
You know, Paul, it's not, what you're saying right now doesn't make any sense. Okay?
How does it?
Because how did the injuries get caused?
I don't know.
I was at the house. The ones that got there.
So what?
It's impossible. Okay, these injuries were not sustained by.
So how is it the injuries happened right there at that time of the house? How is
The
it?
doctor said it did.
So doctor said it
The
did.
doctor said
Okay,
it
so
did.
it happened at that
He's a
time?
professional.
The injuries that.
I don't understand how that can be.
She couldn't have, when she got home from school or from connections that day, she couldn't have had those injuries, right? Those injuries occurred at the house.
No, because she was out of it. She wasn't even there.
Those injuries are incapacitating.
Okay, so what does that mean?
That means you die from those injuries. That
Okay.
means if either one of us sustained those injuries right now, we die from those injuries. We don't get up and walk around and have a conversation with somebody, or we don't get up around and move and do anything. We do nothing.
I'm not-
We die from those injuries.
I never touched that kid like that. I would never hurt that kid. Ever. Or Des. You can even talk to Des. I would never even put my hands on them.
And I'm telling you, the evidence is looking
I'm sorry.
at this in a different light. And we have to follow the evidence. And I'm trying to understand a reason behind some of this. I'm trying to understand if this was an accident. I'm trying to understand if this was something that maybe there was a rage incident that occurred.
No, there was no rage.
Or whether it was a premeditated.
Premeditated? Come
you wanted
on,
to spend
man.
more time with Tina and you wanted to get her.
Oh, no, dude, don't put in my mouth now.
I'm
Come
just
on,
trying to
man.
understand.
Don't do this to me.
I'm asking the question.
Don't do this to me.
I'm asking the question because things like this happen, Paul. I don't know you, Paul. I bet you it's the first time tonight. Okay? Things like
What's
this
good
happen.
guy to her and those kids?
And I'm not saying anything different other than this evidence in this case right now on what took place that night is not showing that. And I'm trying to understand maybe why that happened.
I don't know. But I didn't hurt that kid.
If you got
And you can
upset,
take it, you give me a DNA test, I would not have, no.
if you got upset,
No, I didn't get upset.
was it a situation where you didn't want to have to deal with these kids anymore?
I told Tina we were gonna get married, I would have adopted those kids. All right?
But see where you're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not.
And so this time you're texting your friend. Oh, come on.
Because Sam got sick and it scared
You
me.
told me earlier you wanted nothing to do with Sam.
No, it's not that I didn't want anything to do with Sam. She was already starting to grow on me, okay? I didn't know how to adapt to those type of kids. And I was working my way into it.
And I'm sure that's stressful. I'm
It
sure
is, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna go in there and beat the hell out of that
I
kid.
can't imagine going through that. And that could be a reason why you maybe do something like that.
Oh, really? So you're trying to pin something on me when I know damn well I would never hurt this
I don't know
kid.
where the word pin something
Because you're-
comes from. We're following the evidence and we're trying to understand what took place. There's evidence the evidence is factual, okay?
Yeah, it doesn't mean Paul went up in there and just beat the hell out of Sammy and she died. I didn't have, no way.
Okay, then what happened?
I don't know. You guys gotta figure that out, but it wasn't me.
We've already figured out it was you. We're just trying to figure out what happened.
So Tina told you that I went in
Exactly
there?
what happened.
So Tina told you I went in there and beat her up?
We're not gonna discuss what Tina told us. It's not something we're gonna do. We're never gonna do that, all right? We're here to discuss and get your side of the story.
And that's my side of the story.
We spent 2.5 hours talking to Tina. Now we're talking to you, and we're trying to see if you're gonna be honest with us about what took place that night.
I don't know what happened, but I didn't hit her. And you could swab me, I never touched her like that.
Okay, well, what did happen?
I don't know, but I didn't put my hands on her. Yes, I checked on her, and I told her that Sam had her hands up in there and she put her hands down.
The injuries she sustained
Was not from me.
is not from herself.
It wasn't from me.
Caused by someone else.
Not from me.
What happened to your hand?
I punched the cabinet in the bathroom. You could even talk to Tina. She was in the bathroom at the same time. That's that little cut right there. This was getting cut on a knife, but no.
When did that happen?
It was the night, I think it was the night that Sammy, you can ask Tina, there's a big, almost a hole.
When did you do that? Like what time?
I don't know, 6 o'clock, 7
So you were upset on the night.
Well, it was about her dad or something like that. We were talking about her dad, and then I hit the cabinet in the bathroom,
Okay.
and that's how that happened.
This is a crucial behavioral marker. He was not a passive, relaxed man drinking beer. He was a man physically lashing out at inanimate objects due to internal rage. Paul's insistence that the cabinet was the only target rings hollow, as the detective points out that the timeline for the injury aligns perfectly with this moment of explosive, irrational fury.
Okay, so now we're understanding that there was something going on Friday.
Yeah, that wasn't because of me and Sam.
I'm not saying that Sam started this. I'm saying that you were upset on Friday.
I didn't hit Sam. I hit the bathroom vanity cabinet. You could even go look at it. I never hit that kid.
The evidence is not showing.
I'm sorry. But I never hit that kid. I would never hurt her.
Was it your intention to cause her this?
No, I didn't intend to do anything to her. I never once touched her like that. Never put my hand on her neck. Never hit her like that. Yes, I did. I hit her upside the head one time, pulled her to get her to talk, and that was way before all that.
We're just not understanding why.
I don't understand why either. I would never harm her like that,
So
ever.
you're upset. What were you upset about that you punched the cabinet? You said
We were talking about her dad or something like that, and I got upset and I punched the cabinet door.
what about her dad and what was causing you to be distraught?
Because he threatened to kill me.
That was quite a while ago.
Yeah, but it's still, when he can't, I don't know, it's a family thing,
Okay.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna sit there and hurt Sam.
So my understanding was the argument with her dad happened in like November.
Yeah, it was right around Thanksgiving.
Why are you just punching the walls now?
No, I don't know, it was just, I punched the cabinet, bathroom cabinet. But yeah, that's not from Sam, that's from a bathroom cabinet. Tina was sitting in the bath at the time.
She was sitting in the bath.
Yeah, she was taking a bath.
This is a situation, Paul, where let us help you out here. You got to give us an understanding of what took place.
I don't know.
Otherwise, we have to look at this and try to guess as to, was this an aggressive thing, or was this something that was an accident, or was this something that maybe was just you snapped?
I didn't snap. I would never.
You're leaving that up to us to look at, and we don't have a lot of evidence to understand maybe what version of that happened. Okay,
Right.
outside of the non-accidental, because you tell us no, there's no reason why you wouldn't tell us that.
No, I would never hurt her.
But we understand, and the evidence has directly led us to show that you're involved in this more than you're talking to us about today.
That's not.
And we just want to understand that.
I never hurt that kid. Not like that.
And now's the time to talk about it.
So give me a cotton swab, check my DNA, because I will never do that to her. Ever. Now, am I being arrested for this?
So what happened?
I don't know. I don't deserve this. I never hurt that kid, okay?
Did Tina do it?
But no way. I can't believe that. She's a great mom. And I've been good to those kids.
Let's step over and see.
Am I under arrest?
No. We're just trying to figure this out, Paul. He's not wrong when he's telling you. We're just trying
I know,
to
I don't-
what's going through your mind.
What's going through my mind is I'm freaking out, like I'm gonna get blamed for this, and I didn't do anything.
It's not about blaming,
Oh, it is.
Paul.
It is blaming.
It's about where the facts take you.
Oh, the facts were Paul was at the house and he was the only one who could cause damage to Sammy. That's where the facts come in. I don't,
Do you disagree with that?
no, well, but it doesn't mean I hit her.
But do you disagree with it? I guess.
I disagree that you guys are trying to point your finger at me because I would never hurt that kid.
Do you-
Okay? Do you understand that?
I understand what you're telling me, but do you disagree with the fact that you were at the house and were the only person that could cause injuries?
No.
Is that a factual statement?
I don't see how that happened at that time. Because I was in the bedroom the whole time. I checked on her the one time, and then Tina walked in there right after and checked on her and said she was
Well, I
fine.
don't understand how it happened, how they can
I don't see
either,
how that all
but
can
I'm
be,
not a doctor,
you know?
so I don't
In
know.
what, 2 seconds I can go in there and what, just beat the hell out of that kid?
I
Come
don't know how
on.
he determines times, but I
No,
can tell you,
that, I don't understand that either.
okay? But
And I wanna know.
but we went kind of through the facts, right?
Yeah,
We
the
went
facts.
through the
You
timeline.
guys' facts.
What's the alternate fact?
I didn't hurt that kid.
Okay, well, what fact do you have to,
I don't know any of the facts. You guys are all bringing this to me now.
okay, but if you were there,
I was at the house, yes.
okay, and Tina was there,
Yes.
and Des, we all agree, is not capable of it.
I didn't hurt that kid, okay?
Okay, but I'm just trying to go through the facts.
Why can't I just tell, hey, this is it. I did not hurt Sam. I would never hurt that
Can you
kid.
believe, Paul, that sometimes people don't tell the truth to the police?
I didn't tell you the truth about me living there, yes, so I apologize for that.
So so not telling me the truth about something so small of that, what,
Because I would never hurt Sam. I would never hurt that
okay,
kid.
well, why should I believe you if you lied about
Because
something?
why don't you talk to Des too? You ask that kid how I am with those 2 girls.
Okay.
She knows that I would never harm them.
Okay.
Okay? I would never. I've been hanging up pictures in Sam's room. I've been putting the computer desk together for Desi. I've been helping out. I'm not trying to hurt
And I'm
anyone.
not saying that you're not helping out, Paul.
But I didn't
I'm
hurt
not saying
anyone.
that you're not helping out. But sometimes things happen. Sometimes things happen in this freaking.
No, this is not happening to me. I can't believe this is happening to me because I would never hurt those kids.
So what is misleading about the facts of the case then?
Because I didn't say when I checked on her the first time.
Okay, when did you check on her?
Well, it was right when I came into the kitchen, grabbed a beer, and I looked around the corner, and then Sammy was laying there, and her shirt was down a little bit, and I told Tina, and she walked in there after her bath, and then said, okay, she's breathing shallow, but this is normal. She does this every once in a while.
Okay,
And then we walked back in the bedroom, and I was there the whole time until Tina called the cops, or Tina freaked out, and I called 911.
okay.
So this is what's freaking me out.
What's freaking you out?
Because you guys are thinking I did this to her, and I would never hurt that kid. I would never hurt Sam.
But let's think about this together.
There's no-
Help me understand this. Just help me understand it. Sammy got off the bus Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that, yeah.
With this.
Uh-huh.
Okay. With the injuries that she had, she wouldn't have been alive at that point if she currently had those injuries. Okay.
Okay, but she didn't look right from the get-go anyway.
Okay. What do you mean?
She wasn't her normal self. I could just tell, I could see it, you know, she wasn't, like she was in the chair all you know, she was quiet, she just pouty.
Okay. Fair enough, but that could be a number of things, but it's not because of the head injury. Okay. Because that head injury is basically, if that happens to you, it's lights out. It's not, you don't make it another 6 hours.
Okay,
Okay.
so help me figure out how that happened.
That's what I'm trying to walk through with you right now. Okay, so she and Des got off the bus. Right?
Mm-hmm,
You and Tina are home. Okay.
yeah,
Nobody else comes in the house all night long.
no,
Okay.
not that I'm aware of.
At some point, Des takes her bath or whatever she does upstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
She goes to bed. Sammy's already in bed at that point.
Yeah, Sammy.
She goes to bed
Tina puts her
first.
Yeah, Tina puts her down first.
Right. Tina, after Des takes a bath, Tina herself goes to take a bath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At which point, Sammy was fine.
From what I know, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping she was.
She was, right? I mean, there was no indication she wasn't fine at that
Well,
point.
just like I said, when she came home from school, she didn't.
But she was still functional.
Yeah, she was
To her.
a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Tina's now in the bath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're not in the bath.
No, but I'm in the bathroom.
Okay.
In and out. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Tina's out of the bath and Sammy's dead. So what are we missing?
I don't know. You guys gotta help me out with that because I didn't put my hands on her like that. I would never hurt her. I would never. I mean, how could I go from one time me slapping her on the head and getting her to say
That's what you have
chair?
to help us understand.
Yeah, to this.
I don't know how.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I don't know how it got to that.
I don't.
I just know
It
that it
wasn't
did.
me.
I just know that it got there. And I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I understand everything going through your head, or that,
I'm freaking
that
out.
I understand at that point what went through your head. But I understand. I think Andy would tell you. We understand that people get frustrated. I'm not going to sit there and say it doesn't. I mean, look, you punched a wall because you got frustrated, right? I mean,
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna punch Sam. Oh, come
but
on.
what happened?
I don't know.
You're stressed out.
I'm stressed.
You're
But that doesn't mean I'm gonna take it out on
But you're
Sam.
not just stressed out. You're freaking to the limits. You're to the limits.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna take it out on them kids.
It doesn't mean that you meant to.
No, it doesn't mean I would.
I think it
No,
doesn't mean that
you guys are
meant to.
wrong. You can't be pinning this on me. I didn't do anything wrong to those. You are.
You're saying pinning it on you.
Yeah, because you think I killed that
I
kid.
know you did.
No, I did not. I did not.
I don't think it, Paul. But here's where we're giving you an opportunity to let us know what happened. Because if we got to go off the premise of only what happened in her injuries based on the doctor, we think that you walked in there and had no care for anything and just started swinging.
No way.
And I don't think that's what happened. Because
No.
I only know you twice. I've seen you twice. But that's not the kind of person you are. You're not the
Never.
You're not the person that's going to walk in there and start swinging on a kid.
No.
You're not.
I
I
know.
know that.
Then why is this leading to me now?
Because I don't think that's what happened, Paul. That's not what happened. You didn't just walk in there to hurt her. Something happened. You're stressed to the max.
Yeah, and Paul
Something happened.
hurts this kid. Paul hurts. No, I did not.
Maybe you didn't mean to.
No, I
That's
did
what we need
not.
to understand. Otherwise,
So when I tapped her on the head before Christmas to get her to say chair, that's what's caused all this?
no, that's not what caused it, Paul. Something
Because I didn't
happen.
I didn't touch that kid Friday.
No, that's not true.
It is true.
But we're stuck with a doctor report of a massive brain trauma and injury that killed the girl. Okay? So, with that information and the
How could it happen that night? Because she was all of a sudden fine, and all of a sudden, what if it was with the bruising on her face? What was it?
But it's not. They checked her that day.
I don't know, and it's freaking me out.
They checked her that day, Paul. They checked her at the hospital.
I don't know.
We don't. And with the medical reports, which we described to you somewhat,
It's somewhat.
it's a massive head injury, Paul.
How is that even
Massive
possible?
head injury. You cannot survive the injury she had. You can't. And it's obvious.
What is it? I don't know. It wasn't me, all right? I would never hurt Tina's daughter. I would never hurt Des.
I believe that 100%. But something happened, and you did.
I didn't do
You didn't
anything.
mean to do
No, I didn't. You guys are trying to make me confess to something I didn't do. Yes, you are.
I just want to know what happened.
I don't know, but it wasn't me that hurt that kid, okay?
You're the only person that could have.
You guys are just gonna look at me and look at me and look at me. But no, I would never.
So we just have to go off what the doctor said then. Is that correct?
I don't know.
That you
I
are?
thought you would do an investigation. You can't just pin this on me. I never
I'm
looked at
pinning
those
it on
kids.
you, Paul.
Yes, you guys are. You're always looking at me. What, Paul was there, Paul was there.
Then, Paul.
Maybe this happened even before she got home. I don't know.
Paul, I told you, the doctor knows what time it happened.
You can't, no.
He's a professional. That's all he does for a living. That's what he
I
does.
don't know what happened.
He can determine when somebody dies and when the injuries happen that cause somebody to die. That's what he does. He's told us what time that head was injured. We're not just out here on a whim, Paul.
Yeah, you guys are gonna pin something on me.
We're not
It's not
pinning
my
it on
fault.
you. But with his information, all we have left to do is think that you walked in there and intentionally started swinging on him.
No, I would not, ever.
Well, that's what we have to think. Because you won't be truthful with us.
I'm telling you
We
the
already
truth.
know that you snapped once.
Yeah, in the bathroom. But it doesn't mean that I killed that kid.
Why do you keep calling her that kid? She's got a name.
I know, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm just.
You know how many times you called her that kid?
I know, because she's
Like,
Tina's
You
kid.
called her that like 50 times today.
It's just like that Tina's kid. It's not mine, you know, but I still care about her. I wouldn't hurt her. Now take a damn DNA test and just let me go because I didn't kill that kid and I shouldn't be under arrest for that.
Paul Carter was found guilty by a jury on February 4th, 2021, and subsequently sentenced on April 6th, 2021, to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the killing of 20-year-old Samantha Roberts on January 17th, 2020, at their home in Nekoosa.